Good evening, everyone, from Fenway Park in Boston. Cloud coverage overhead and a gentle breeze blowing out to right field. We're ready for some baseball between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. The Orioles are taking the field first, and leading off for them is Taylor Ward, facing left-hander Eduardo Rivera. Looks like we're just about ready to get things underway here as warm-ups wrap up. Good evening, baseball fans. We're coming to you live from historic Fenway Park in Boston. It's a slightly overcast day, perfect for baseball, with a temperature of 81 degrees and a wind blowing out towards right field around 8 miles per hour. Today, the Baltimore Orioles take on the Boston Red Sox. Leading off for the O's in the top of the first is left fielder Taylor Ward, and he'll be facing left-hander Eduardo Rivera for the Sox. We're ready to begin here as the game is officially underway. Rivera winds up and fires, and that's a fastball, clocked at 93 miles per hour, but it misses low. Ball 1 to Taylor Ward. Rivera comes back with an 87-mile-per-hour slider, and Ward cuts and fouls that one straight back. The count evens up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1, and that slider dives outside. 88 miles per hour on that one. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Rivera's with another slider, and Ward battles it off to stay alive. That makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rivera delivers, and Ward connects, sending a fly ball deep to right field. Abreu is retreating, moving back towards the track, and he makes the catch near the wall. That's 1 down in the top of the first. Coming up next for Baltimore is first baseman Pete Alonso. He brings a .248 average and 21 home runs to the plate with 1 out in the inning. Rivera starts Alonso off with a slider at 88 miles per hour, and Alonso swings over it for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Rivera fires a fastball, and that pitch is way high and inside, up near Alonso's head and 96 miles per hour, even at 1-1. Rivera delivers, and Pete Alonso turns on a high fastball. It's a laser down the right field line, and that's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. A solid hit from Alonso, and the Orioles have a runner on second with 1 out. Now batting for the Orioles, the shortstop Gunnar Henderson. He's inning .224 with 17 home runs. Big opportunity here with Pete Alonso on second and 1 out in the top of the first. It's a lefty-lefty matchup as Henderson faces Rivera. Rivera starts Henderson off with a slider, but it's down in the dirt, and catcher Narvaez keeps it in front of him. Alonso stays at second. The count now 1 ball and no strikes to Henderson. Rivera misses again with a slider, this one at 87 miles per hour. That's now 2 balls and no strikes to Henderson. Now the count is 3-0 to Henderson, as Rivera just missed with a high fastball at 95 miles per hour. Rivera struggling to find the strike zone here against the left-handed hitter. Rivera delivers, and that's ball 4, high. A direct 4-pitch walk to Gunnar Henderson. Command completely deserted Rivera there. He's put 2 men on now with only 1 out, bringing up Tyler O'Neill. Now we're going to have a mound visit here. Looks like they want to settle Rivera down after those 4 straight balls to Henderson. Big moment for the Orioles here with 2 on and 1 down. After the chat with the coach, Rivera starts O'Neill off with a slider, but it misses high and away at 89 miles per hour. That's ball 1. Rivera needs to get back on track here. The command issues are continuing. There's a fastball fouled back, clocked at 87 miles per hour. Needed that one badly. Updates the count to 1-1 on O'Neill. Rivera goes back to the fastball, but that one's just outside, 95.5 miles per hour. That moves the count to 2 balls and a strike on O'Neill, with Alonso on second and Henderson on first. Rivera comes back with an 88-mile-per-hour slider, and O'Neill fights that one foul. Even count now at 2-2. Rivera tries to pull the string with a changeup, but it misses low, and that makes it a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. High drama here in the first, with runners on first and second and only 1 out. Rivera is 1 pitch away from loading the bases, but looking for the big strikeout to regain control. Here's the full count pitch, and O'Neill hits a sharp grounder to third. Caleb Durbin fields it cleanly. Looks like they won't get an out. The throw goes to first, but not in time. Or perhaps he held it. Alonso advances to third, Henderson to second, and O'Neill is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And folks, the bases are loaded now with only 1 out for Christian Encarnacion Strand. Now what a jam Rivera finds himself in. The bases are full with just 1 out, and up steps Christian Encarnacion Strand. He's got a chance to break this game open early. Rivera, conversely, desperately needs a strikeout or a ground ball to initiate a double play. Fenway Park is holding its breath. Rivera needs to get ahead, and he does with the slider at 87 miles per hour. Encarnacion Strand takes it for a called strike. 0-1. Rivera comes right back with a changeup, and Encarnacion Strand swings through it. A nasty pitch at 88 miles per hour, and suddenly Rivera is ahead in the count, 0-2. Rivera is just 1 strike away from a huge second out, while the Orioles have the pressure on with the bases juiced. Time is called here as Encarnacion Strand wants a moment to reset. With the bases loaded and down 0-2 in the count, he's just trying to step out, break Rivera's momentum, and gather himself before this critical next pitch. Rivera delivers a changeup at 89 miles per hour, and Encarnacion Strand swings through it. A huge strikeout for Eduardo Rivera, getting that second out with the bases full of Orioles. 2 down now, and he's still got to get through 1 more hitter to get out of this. Up next is Dylan Beavers. High-pressure situation here at Fenway. The bases are still loaded, but there are now 2 outs. Rivera trying to complete the escape act. He'll face the center fielder Dylan Beavers, batting .241 on the season. Alonso is at third, Henderson at second, and O'Neill at first. High-stakes baseball in the top of the first. Rivera starts Beavers with a slider, but it's low and away, clocked at 90 miles per hour. Ball 1. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, Rivera has to be feeling the heat. He can't afford to walk anyone here. Oh, and a wild pitch. It bounces way from Narvaez, and Pete Alonso sprints home from third. The Orioles take a 1-0 lead on the mistake. Henderson moves up to third, and O'Neill slides into second. Rivera just couldn't corral that pitch, and it costs his team a run. Now he faces Beavers with still 2 outs. Count is 1-0 after the wild pitch. Rivera brings the heat, 96.5 miles per hour, but it's low and away again. Ball 2. So Beavers is ahead in the count 2-0, with runners perched on second and third. Rivera gets a much-needed strike as Beavers watches a slider catch the corner at 85 miles per hour. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike. And events repeat. Rivera throws another slider, this one at 87 miles per hour, and Beavers swings and misses. The count now even 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Rivera 1 pitch away from ending the threat. Time is called at the plate by Beavers, trying to disrupt the rhythm of Rivera, who's really found his form on these last 2 pitches. It's key for the Orioles to drive in these runners on second and third, while Rivera wants to limit the damage right here. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Beavers, and he lines it into center field. That's a base hit. Henderson scores from third. Here comes O'Neill around second. He's heading for home, and he scores as well. It's a 2-run single for Dylan Beavers, and the Orioles jump out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first. Massive hit that extends the inning and the lead. For the second time this inning, we'll have a conference on the mound. Eduardo Rivera had things seemingly under control after the strikeout, but a wild pitch opened the gates and Dylan Beavers kicked him in with that 2-run single. It's now 3-0 in favor of the Orioles, and this top of the first is still active with 2 out. Dylan Beavers stands on first base as they try to get Rivera's head back in the game before he faces the designated hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez. Back to action, and it's the designated hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez. Rivera fires, and there's some serious heat. A 96-mile-per-hour fastball, and Rodriguez fouls it straight back. The count starts at no balls and 1 strike. Rivera tries the slider, but that one misses low. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Rodriguez. Beavers on first, 2 outs, Orioles in front 3-0. Rivera comes back with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball, and Rodriguez swings and misses. He was trying to launch that one. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rodriguez with 2 outs. Rivera 1 strike away from finally ending this marathon top of the first. Rodriguez holding up a hand, calls for time. A little gamesmanship here, trying to break Rivera's focus as he hunts that final out. 1-2 pitch is coming up next. After that brief pause, Rivera fires over to first to check on Beavers, and he's back in safely, just keeping him close to the bag. Count remains 1-2. Rivera fires the fourth pitch, a changeup at 87 miles per hour, and Rodriguez spoils it, fouling it back. Count stays at 1-2 with 2 outs. Beaver on first, 3-0 already in this inning. Rivera reaches back for another fastball, this one clocking in at 95 miles per hour, but Rodriguez got enough of it to foul it away. He's battling here with 2 strikes. The count holds at 1-2 with Beavers at first and 2 out. Rivera tries to get him to chase down below the zone with a changeup, but Rodriguez lays off. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beavers on first, 2 outs, Orioles leading 3-0. Rivera misses low again. That's a slider at 87 miles per hour. And folks, we have a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jonathan Rodriguez. With 2 outs, the runner on first, Beavers will be off with the pitch. Big crucial payoff pitch coming up as Rivera tries to work out of this long inning. Three-ball count. Beavers is moving on the pitch. Rivera with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and Rodriguez cracks this one down the left field line. Duran is giving chase to the wall. Beavers round second. He's coming around third. The throw is cut off. He scores. An RBI double for Jonathan Rodriguez, his first of the year. And this incredible 2-out rally continues for the O's. Baltimore now leads Boston 4-0 here in the first inning. Rodriguez's RBI double has made it a 4-0 game with 2 outs in the top of the first. And now at the plate is second baseman Jackson Holliday, the lefty hitting .214 on the season. Rivera starts him off with a slider at 88 miles per hour, and Holliday swings right through it. So the count is no balls and 1 strike with a runner in scoring position. Rivera goes back with the slider again, 86 miles per hour, and Holliday swings and misses for strike 2. Rivera in control now, trying to put away the hitter and get out of the first inning. 0-2 the count on Holliday. Rivera tries to blow a fastball past Holliday high and away, clocked at 95 miles per hour, but Holliday doesn't bite. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Rivera looking to finish him off here. Rivera with an 87-mile-per-hour slider, but it digs into the dirt. Good block by Narvaez to keep Rodriguez at second. The count now even 2-2 to Holliday. Rivera delivers the 3-2. It's a slider, 85.6 miles per hour, and it misses. Count is full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez at second, 2 away. Full count, 2 away. Rodriguez on the move. Rivera delivers the payoff pitch, and it's a slider ripped foul. Holliday stays alive and will do it again on 3-2. Rodriguez returns to second. Full count, 2 outs. Rodriguez is on second, representing a 5th run for Baltimore. Rivera needs to make this pitch. Here it comes, a high fastball at 95 miles per hour, and it's called ball 4. Jackson Holliday lays off and draws the walk. Wait a second, the Red Sox dugout is not happy. Here comes the manager, and they are going to challenge the call. Boston thinks it was a strike. Fenway erupts as we wait for the review. Let's see, the announcement is in, and the call on the field is confirmed. Pitch did not catch the strike zone, so Holliday heads to first, and the Orioles have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And the Boston coaching staff has seen enough. They're calling for a mound visit to talk to Rivera. With runners on first and second, 2 outs and already 4 runs in, they need to settle him down before this inning gets completely out of hand. Chadwick Tromp is waiting in the batter's box for Baltimore. And that'll do it for Eduardo Rivera. A rough go in the first inning. 4 runs on the board, and he's out after recording 2 outs. Brian Bellows coming in to try and put a stop to the bleeding. He'll inherit runners on first and second with Chadwick Tromp stepping in for Baltimore. So, Brian Bellows takes the mound, inheriting 2 runners. First pitch to Tromp is a smoking sinker at 96 miles per hour, and Tromp fouls it off. Count is now 0-1 with 2 away. Runners on first and second for the Orioles have already put up a 4 spot in this first. Bellows with the second pitch here, an 85-mile-per-hour sweeper, and Tromp fouls it off again. Bellows in command, 0-2. He's 1 strike away from finally ending this brutal first inning. And Brian Bellows reaches back. That pitch is a 98-mile-per-hour sinker. Tromp with a weak chopper to third. Durbin fields it cleanly, makes the throw over to Contreras at first, and that finally ends the top of the first inning. Bellows gets the last out, but the Orioles do some major damage, scoring 4 runs on 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the first, Baltimore leading at 4-0. All right, folks, we're moving to the bottom of the first here at Fenway. Baltimore came out swinging, putting up a big 4 in the top half. It's Boston trailing 4-0 as Anthony Siegler steps in. He'll face right-hander Kyle Bradish. Let's see if the Sox can get something going here. Bradish delivers, and it's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball catching the zone for a called strike. The count is empty and 1 to Seidler. Siegler hits a sharp grounder to second. Jackson Holliday scoops it up, throws to Pete Alonso at first, and that's 1 down. A ground out to start the inning. Score remains 4-0 Baltimore. Now batting for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela. 1 out, ace is empty. Bradish looking to get another quick out here in the first. Bradish ready, and he paints the inside corner with a sinker at 95 miles per hour. Called strike 1 on Rafaela. Count is 0-1. Bradish tried to get Rafaela to chase that slider off the plate, but he holds back. Even count now, 1-1. Rafaela connects with the sinker, driving it deep to right field, but Tyler O'Neill tracks it down on the run. That's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. So with 2 gone, it's Wilyer Abreu stepping up. Base is empty and the Sox are still looking for their first hit. Bradish has been dominant so far. Bradish starts Abreu off with a fastball outside, and it's ruled a ball. 1-0 the count to the lefty. Bradish comes back with another fastball, this one at 94.6 on the corner for a called strike. The count is evened up at 1-1. Bradish blows another fastball by Abreu at 94.7, but he just gets a piece of it, fouling it off. So the count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. Bradish is 1 strike away from an efficient 1-2-3 inning. Got him. Bradish finishes the inning with a beautiful curveball down in the zone, making Abreu swing over the top. That's 1-2-3 for Bradish, and the Red Sox are shut out in the first. After 1 inning of play, it's Baltimore 4, Boston nothing. Welcome back to Fenway Park. We're heading into the top of the second, and the Baltimore Orioles lead this one 4-0 over the Red Sox. Leading things off for the visitors is Taylor Ward, who flew out in his first trip to the plate. He's up against Brian Bello. Balls and strikes are empty to start this inning. And here's the first pitch from Bello, and it's a blazing 98-mile-per-hour sinker, right in there for a called strike. Ward didn't seem to like it, but the count is 0-1. The next pitch misses. Bello tries a sweeper, but it's down and away for ball one. Count now even at 1-1. And that one gets away from him. Pitch number 3 is another sweeper, but it rides in and hits Ward. So Ward is heading down to first, and the Orioles have a runner on with nobody out. That brings up Pete Alonso, who started that 4-run first inning with a big double. Taylor Ward is on first after getting hit. Still no outs in the inning. Bello looking to bounce back against the slugger. Bello starts Alonso off with an 87-mile-per-hour cutter, and Alonso fouls it back. That's one strike, 0-1 the count. Alonso fouls that one off as well, this time on a 96-mile-per-hour sinker. Bello's got him in an 0-2 hole now. Bello tries to expand the zone with a sweeper outside, but Alonso lays off. Ball one. Count now 1-2. Another foul by Alonso, staying alive. This time he got a changeup and spoiled it. Still 1-2. Ripped, but right at the shortstop. Alonso lines out to Monasterio for the first out. Ward holds at first. Next up is Gunnar Henderson, who drew a walk in that big first inning. One out now, and Taylor Ward's still on first. First pitch coming up from Bello. Bello starts Henderson off with absolute gas. A 97-mile-per-hour four-seamer paints the upper outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Grounded right to second base. Seigler flips to Monasterio for one, and the relay to Contreras is in time. A 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. No run score, and we head to the bottom of the second here at Fenway. Welcome back to Fenway Park. We're in the bottom of the second, and it's 4-0 Orioles. Due up for the Red Sox, it's the first baseman Wilson Contreras. He'll be facing Kyle Bradish. No one on, nobody out. Bradish starts him off with a slider at 88 miles per hour. Caught the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Bradish misses high with the curveball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Pitch was 85 miles per hour. Contreras fouls that one off, a sinker at 96 miles per hour. That puts him in a hole, 1-2. Another sinker up high, this one at 96 again. That'll even the count now at 2 apiece. Good battle going on here. Contreras stays alive, fouling off a 97 mile per hour sinker. Still 2-2. Bradish drops in a curveball, and Contreras hits a high fly ball to center field. Dylan Beavers glides over, gets under it, and makes the catch. That's one down in the bottom of the second. One out now, and Bradish faces Masataka Yoshida. Lefty hitter, nobody on base. Let's see how he approaches him. Bradish opens with a curveball, but it's down and away to Yoshida. Ball 1. Bradish comes back with a sinker, 94 miles per hour, paints that lower corner. Count evens up at 1-1. Yoshida grounds it to second. Holiday fields it cleanly, throws to Alonso for the out, and that's 2 quick outs in the inning. Now with 2 outs, the third baseman Caleb Durbin comes to the plate. Bradish is looking to close out this frame without any damage. Bradish gets ahead with a sinker at 95, right on the outside corner. Over strike one. Durbin takes a sinker high and tight. That's a ball. Count evens up at 1-1. Bradish misses with another sinker, this one at 95.5 miles an hour. Count is now 2-1 to Durbin. Bradish tries the slider, but it dips below the zone. Durbin's got a 3-1 count on him now. Bradish fills the count. He freezes Durbin with a sinker at 94 miles per hour for a called strike. Full count now, 2 outs. Crucial pitch coming up. And Bradish misses with the fastball. High, ball 4. So Durbin draws a walk to keep the inning alive for the Red Sox. That extends the frame and brings up the shortstop. So with 2 outs and Durbin on first, it's Jarren Duran up to bat. He might have a low batting average, but he's got some pop in that bat with 13 home runs. Bradish trying to lock things down and strand that runner. Bradish starts Duran with a sinker, 94 miles per hour, catching the upper part of the strike zone. Strike one. Bradish follows up with a fastball at 94, but it misses. Count draws even at 1-1. Another fastball misses, this one at 94.5 miles an hour. Bradish has fallen behind Duran here, now 2-1. Duran hits a sharp liner, but it's right at Taylor Ward and left. Ward makes the catch, and that ends the inning. No runs for the Red Sox, and they leave one on base. After 2, it's Baltimore 4, Boston 0. Welcome back up to the broadcast booth. Top of the third here at historic Fenway, and the Baltimore Orioles are sitting pretty with a 4-0 lead. Right fielder Tyler O'Neill steps in to lead things off, searching for his first hit tonight. Brian Bello on the mound, looking to shut things down. We got nobody out, and the base is clear. Bello starts O'Neill off with a blazing sinker at 97 miles per hour, catching the edge. Strike one. Bello comes back with another sinker, but this one misses a bit high. Count now even at 1-1. And O'Neill lines one right back up the middle. That's a sharp single to center field. He's aboard to start the third. So that brings up Christian Encarnacion Strand. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Bello looking to roll two here, holding O'Neill at first. Encarnacion Strand fouls off the first pitch, an 88-mile-per-hour cutter. That makes it 0-1. He couldn't catch up to that one. Bello throws a 95-mile-per-hour sinker, and Encarnacion Strand swings and misses. Early hole for him at 0-2. Got him on a foul tip. Bello blows a 96-mile-per-hour sinker by him, and it just grazes the bat before settling into the catcher's glove. That's the first out of the inning. Next up is Dylan Beavers. He had a single earlier in the game. One out, runner on first base for the Orioles. Beavers takes a called strike, an 88-mile-per-hour cutter up in the zone. Pitcher's ahead, 0-1, and O'Neill's still holding at first. Ball in the dirt. Catcher does a good job to block that 90-mile-per-hour changeup. Count moves to 1-1. Beavers takes a fastball on the corner at 97 miles per hour. Bello painting the zone right there. Count now 1-2. One out with O'Neill at first. Bello tries to get him to chase the changeup down, but Beavers holds off. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Line drive to right. Beavers connects on the 2-2 fastball for a base hit. Tyler O'Neill trots around to second, and the Orioles now have runners on first and second with just 1 out. That brings up the designated hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez. He doubled in his first trip to the plate. Big chance for the Orioles to break this open further. Runners on first and second with one out. Rodriguez swings through a cutter at 89 miles per hour. Bello gets him to chase something out of the zone, makes it 0-1. Bello catches the corner with another cutter. Rodriguez looking at that one for strike two. He's in a quick hole here, no balls and two strikes. Bello looking to get out of this jam. Bello wastes one down and away. That 98-mile-per-hour sinker doesn't fool Rodriguez. Count now 1-2. Runners stay put at first and second. Got him right through an 88-mile-per-hour cutter. Bello picks up his second key strikeout of the inning. 2 out now and the runners hold. Two out now, and that brings up Jackson Holliday. He drew a walk back in the first. Bello on the verge of escaping this mess if he can get this final out, but Holliday would love to keep the inning going. Bello paints the edge with a 98-mile-per-hour sinker, called strike one. Bello one strike away from stranding both runners. Count now 0-1. That slider sweeps off the plate. Ball one. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bello tries to get Holliday to chase, but the young lefty holds back. Big pitch coming up with 2 on and 2 out. Bello with a 97.5-mile-per-hour sinker right on the inside corner, called strike two. Great velocity from Bello, and he's now just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unharmed. Count is 1-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Called strike three. Bello freezes Holliday with a 97-mile-per-hour sinker, and that'll retire the side. He escapes the jam, stranding 2. We head to the bottom of the third, and it's still 4-0 Orioles. before we get started in the bottom of the third, some defensive adjustments for the Orioles. Colton Cowser enters the game in center field, replacing Tyler O'Neill. Dylan Beavers moves from center over to right. So leading off here for the Red Sox, it's Andrew Monasterio. Bradish is set, and the first pitch is a slider on the outside corner. Strike one. Boston trailing Baltimore 4-0. Bradish misses with another slider, this one just off the plate. Count is even now at 1-1. Monasterio fouls that one 93-mile-per-hour sinker. That brings the count to 1-2. Bradish comes back with another slider, slightly faster, and Monasterio stays on it, fouling it off. The count stays at 1-2. Bradish goes back to the slider, but it's low and away. Even count, 2-2. Bradish delivers the 2-2 slider, and Monasterio laces it. Line drive into left field for a hit. He's thinking two out of the box, pushing hard for second. Taylor Ward scoops it up and left, makes the throw towards second. Holiday applies the tag. He got him. Monasterio tries to stretch it for two and is gunned down. Single, but a base-running mistake leads to the first out of the inning. One out now after Monasterio was thrown out trying to stretch that single. Stepping in for the Red Sox, catcher Carlos Narvaez. Orioles still leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the third. Base is empty. Top of the order coming up next if Narvaez can get on. Bradish starts Narvaez off with a sinker at 92 miles per hour. Catches the heart of the zone for a called strike. 0-1 the count. He cranks up the heat on the second pitch, fouling it straight back. Bradish is ahead now, 0-2, looking to put him away. Time is called by the batter, so Narvaez wants to step out and regroup a bit. Pitcher Bradish looks locked in, ready to throw that third pitch with 2 strikes. We continue in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Bradish tried to tempt Narvaez with a slider off the plate, but he held up. That makes the count 1-2. Bradish throws another sinker, and Narvaez gets a hold of it, sending it deep to center field. The new center fielder, Colton Cowser, drifts back, makes a routine catch. Out number 2. Bradish is cruising here in the bottom of the third. Two down now in the bottom of the third, and we're back to the top of the order for the Red Sox. Here's Anthony Siegler, the second baseman. He grounded out to short his first time up. Pitcher Bradish is looking to finish this inning strong. Siegler steps in to face Bradish with 2 outs. The first pitch is a curveball low in the dirt, 83 miles per hour. Count is 1-0. Bradish comes back with another curveball, a bit faster this time, and Siegler chases and misses, evens the count at 1-1. Bradish misses way outside with the fastball, clocked at 95 miles per hour. Count is now 2-1. Bradish painted the corner with that sinker, 95 miles per hour, catching the edge of the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. And now 2 outs. Pressure's on for Siegler. And Siegler calls time. Wants to take a moment to think about this 2-2 pitch coming up. Bradish is ready on the mound. Crucial point in the at-bat to close out the inning. Bradish offers the 2-2 curveball and Siegler swings and misses, but the ball gets away from Trump behind the plate. He pops up, fires down to first, and Alonso applies the tag. That'll do it. Siegler strikes out and swinging, but gets thrown out at first. 3 up, 3 down for the Red Sox in the third. And a 3 complete. Orioles lead 4-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we start the top of the fourth. The visiting Baltimore Orioles lead the Red Sox 4-0, and leading off this inning will be Chadwick Trump. On the mound for Boston is Brian Bello. Bello starts Trump with a cutter, high for ball 1. Count 1-0. The next pitch is a sinker, way outside, and now it's 2-0 on Trump. Bello's missing early here. And that's a fastball down. 3 straight balls to start the inning. Trump is in the driver's seat, 3-0. Bello gets one over, a sinker at 95.9 miles per hour for a called strike. Count moves to 3-1. Trump fights off a high sinker, 96.3 miles per hour, and that fills up the count 3-2. Bello is battling back here. Trump stays alive, pounded another hard sinker, this one at 96.2 miles per hour, but he fouls it back. We'll do it again, 3-2. Great battle here. That's foul ball number 3 in a row. Bello throws another hard sinker at 97.2, and Trump just gets enough of it to stay alive. The count stays 3-2 to start the fourth. Another full count pitch, and Trump fouls it off again. Bello came back with a sinker at 96.8 miles per hour, but Trump just keeps spoiling him. Still 3-2. And he got him. After a tremendous battle, Bello finally puts Trump away with a fastball at 96.8 miles per hour. That's the first out of the inning. One down now after that strikeout, and that brings up the left fielder, Taylor Ward. Ward is batting .250 on the season with 7 home runs. He's been on base once today, having been hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He steps in with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Bello working now after the big strikeout. First pitch to Ward is a cutter at 89, fouled straight back. Strike 1. He paints the zone again. Another cutter at 87.5 for a called strike. And just like that, Bello's ahead in the count 0-2. Ward reaches, stays alive on an 0-2 count, and lines a solid single to right field off a 97.9 mile per hour sinker. Runner on first now with 1 out. That brings up the power threat, Pete Alonso. 1 on and 1 out. Alonso is 1 for 2 so far with a double. Let's see if he can drive one into the gap. Runner at first after the Ward single. Bello fires a high sinker, 97 miles per hour, and Alonso fouls it away. The count opens 0-1. Bello comes back with another 97 mile per hour sinker, and Alonso swings right through it. Great velocity and movement there. Now the pitcher is firmly in command with an 0-2 count. Looks like Alonso wants standard timeout for a moment. Just a brief pause in the action as he steps out to regroup. The count holds at 0-2, 1 out, and a runner on first for Baltimore. Bello tries to waste one with a fastball, but it's way up and out. Alonso holds up. Count now 1-2. Bello tries to get Alonso to chase down, burying a changeup in the dirt. Good pitch, but Alonso lays off. Count evens now at 2-2. Bello misses with a sinker, fouled low, and that brings us to a full count, 3-2. Alonso's worked it back, and the payoff pitch is coming up. Bello delivers, and it's called ball 4. High with the sinker, and Pete Alonso holds off for the walk. Wait a second, Boston is challenging that pitch call via the automated system. They think it was a strike. The review is in progress, and the call stands. So Alonso takes first, Taylor Ward moves up to second. Now there are runners on first and second for the Orioles, with just one out here in the top of the fourth. So with 2 outs now and runners on first and second, Gunnar Henderson gets another shot. Bello starts him with a changeup low. Henderson swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Bello dials up the fastball at 97.6, and Henderson fouls it straight back. That puts him in a quick 2-strike hole, 0-2, with runners on second and first. And that one got him. Plunked on a 98.4-mile-per-hour sinker. Bello hits Henderson, and that loads the bases with 2 outs. Ward moves to third, Alonso to second. Pressure's on Bello now. Time is called, and here comes a mound visit for Boston. Just trying to settle Brian Bello down here after he loaded the bases by hitting Henderson. Big spot in the game, bases full, 2 outs for Colton Cowser. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, and Bello deals to Cowser. First pitch is a sinker at 90.7, and Cowser fouls it off. The count opens 0-1. Bello misses with that one. Sinker stays low. Count even up at 1-1. Bello's got to find the strike zone here. Bello's missing down in the zone with that sinker. That's back-to-back balls, and the count is now 2-1 on Cowser. Bello's control troubles continue. That fastball is wide, high and outside for ball 3. He's fallen behind on the count 3-1 at Cowser, and with the bases loaded, he can't afford another mistake. And Bello walks in a run. That's a 4-pitch walk to Colton Cowser with the bases loaded. Pitch was low at the cutter. Taylor Ward trots home to score, and it's 5-0 Orioles in the top of the fourth. Gunnar Henderson moves up to second, and Cowser takes first. Still 2 outs. Still with the bases loaded, that brings up Christian Encarnacion Strand, and the score remains 4-0 Orioles. Encarnacion Strand is hitless so far today, striking out in both of his at-bats. They'll be looking to break out here and extend this lead. He lines it out to center. Ceddanne Rafaela makes the catch, and that escapes the jam. Encarnacion Strand drives one on a line, but right at the center fielder. The Orioles leave the bases loaded, but they do push across 1 run in the inning. At the middle of the 4th, it's the Baltimore Orioles 4, Boston Red Sox 0. Welcome back to Fenway. Top of the 4th saw the Orioles threaten but leave them roaded, so we're still at 4-0 in favor of Baltimore as we head to the bottom half. Ceddanne Rafaela, the Red Sox center fielder, steps in to start things off against Kyle Bradish. Bases empty, nobody out. Bradish kicks and fires, and that one's just inside. Called a ball. It was a 93-mile-an-hour sinker. 1-0 on Rafaela. Sliders misses low for ball 2. Bradish is behind in the count now, 2-0. Bradish finds the zone with that sinker. Frozen Rafaela for a called strike. Count moves to 2-1. Bradish brings another sinker at 92, and Rafaela gets a piece of it, fouling it back. That evens the count at 2-2. Bradish with the 2-2 pitch. It's a curveball. Rafaela hits a sharp grounder to short. Gunnar Henderson scoops it up, throws across to Pete Alonso, and that's out number 1. One out now, and Willie Abreu steps in, left-hand hitter, trying to spark something here in the bottom of the 4th. Score still 4-0 for the Orioles. Bradish starts off Abreu with a fastball, clocked at almost 93 miles an hour, but it misses outside. 1-0 the count. Bradish comes back with an 86-mile-an-hour slider, and Abreu swings and misses for strike one. Even count at 1-1. Bradish drops in a beautiful curveball for a called strike. Abreu could just stand and watch it. Now it's 1-2, and Bradish is in control of this at-bat. Bradish bends on another curveball. Abreu swings and misses. Tromp blocks it, but fires down to first to complete the out. That's two gone, and Bradish is rolling through this lineup. Two outs, base is empty, and that will bring up the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Red Sox desperate for some offense, down 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Bradish starts Contreras with a curveball, 86 miles an hour, and it hits the corner for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. Contreras connects, a line drive down the right field line, and that's going all the way, bouncing over the wall. A ground rule double for Contreras. A little two-out spark here for Boston. So, at runner in scoring position with two outs, and Masataka Yoshida steps in. He can cut into this 4-0 deficit with a hit. Bradish looking to close out the inning right here. And Yoshida hits it sharply, a ground ball base hit to left. Ward fields it, but Contreras is trucking towards home, and he will score easily. That's an RBI single for Masataka Yoshida, and the Red Sox are finally on the board. It's 4-1 Baltimore. Caleb Durbin coming to the plate now with Yoshida on first, representing another run. Red Sox definitely feeling some momentum after that scoring flurry. Bradish needs to buckle down to limit the damage. First pitch to Durbin. Bradish goes with the slider, but it's way outside. 1-0 is the count to the Red Sox third baseman. Another slider from Bradish, and Durbin fouls it back. That brings the count to 1-1. Bradish paints the corner with a curveball, 86 miles an hour, and Durbin just manages to stay alive with a foul. Now it's 1-2, so Bradish has got him where he wants him. Big pitch coming up. Bradish brings the heat, a 95-mile-an-hour sinker, and Durbin hits a soft grounder to short. Gunnar Henderson makes the play, throws to first, and that ends the inning. Red Sox get one back, but the Orioles still lead 4-1 after 4. Hello from Fenway Park. We're heading into the top of the fifth with the Orioles leading the Red Sox 4-1. Brayan Bello on the mound for Boston, and he'll be facing Dylan Beavers, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Let's see what Bello's got. Bello begins with a fastball, clocking in at 95 miles per hour, but it's just a bit high. That makes it 1-0 to Beavers. He follows up with that cutter, 88 miles per hour, and Beavers swings and misses. The count is even now, 1-1. Bello tries to get him to chase with a changeup, but Beavers lays off. It's 2 balls and a strike. Bello pumps in a 97-mile-per-hour sinker, and Beavers hits a high fly ball to left field. Jarren Duran drifts back, waits for it, and makes the catch. That's 1 away in the top of the fifth. One down now, and that'll bring up Jonathan Rodriguez, the designated hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a double so far. Empty bases for Bello to work with. Bello opens with a fast sinker at 97 miles per hour, right over the plate for a called strike 1. Another sinker, even faster at 97, but this one misses high and away. 1-1 on Rodriguez. And there it is. Rodriguez connects with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball and rips a ground ball past the first baseman for a single into right field. First runner on for Baltimore in this inning. With 1 out and a runner on first, up steps Jackson Holliday. He's drawn a walk and struck out today. Let's see if he can get something going here. Bello starts in with a changeup, 89 miles per hour, and Holliday fouls it off. Pitcher jumps ahead in the count, 0-1. Bello delivers a 96-mile-per-hour sinker, and Holliday grounds one sharp towards second base. Siegler fields it cleanly, flips to Monasterio at second for 1, and the relay to Contreras at first is in time. A sparkling double play to end the inning. Side retired. After 4.5, it's still Baltimore 4, Red Sox 1. Bottom of the fifth here at Fenway Park. Orioles on top 4-1. Leadoff man for the Red Sox, Jarren Duran, steps in. He lined out earlier. He'll be facing right-hander Kyle Bradish, and we are ready to get things going. The count is 0-0. Bradish starts him off with a fastball, 92 miles per hour, but it's just inside. That's ball one, so the count is 1-0. Bradish misses again, this time with the curveball low. That's 2 in a row out of the zone, and Duran is ahead in the count, 2-0. Bradish gets back on track with that one. A 92-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle of the plate for a called strike. Duran was taken all the way. Now the count is 2-1. Duran fouls that one off, a fastball at 93, pushed it back behind the plate. Bradish battled back into this count, 2-2, and nobody out. Hold on, looks like Duran stepped out and called for time. Just a little pause in the action with the count still 2-2, nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Orioles leading 4-1. Bradish deals a curve and it's fouled away. 85 miles per hour on that breaker and Duran hanging tough. We'll redo the 2-2 count. And Bradish tries the sinker at 95, but it dives down and in. That's ball three. We've got ourselves a full count to start the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Duran grounds it sharply to second. Holliday scoops it up, throws to Alonso for the one away. A good play in the infield to get the leadoff man. One out now for Boston, and that brings up shortstop Andrew Monasterio. He singled back in the third. Kyle Bradish still on the mound looking for a quick second out. The bases are empty and the count is 0-0. Bradish starts him off with a nasty sinker at 94, catches the upper corner for a called strike. Monasterio watched that one go by. The count is 0-1. Rips that one out to left field. A sharp line drive down for a base hit. Ward fields it, but Monasterio is in there with his second hit of the game. Red Sox have something going here with one out and a man on first. So with one gone and Monasterio on first, the catcher Carlos Narvaez steps in. He flied out back in the third. Red Sox looking to cut into this lead, trailing by 3. Bradish gets the sign and we're ready for the first pitch. Bradish starts him with a slider, and Narvaez chases it, swinging through it. That's a good pitcher's pitch at 88 miles per hour. Strike 1. Count is 0-1 with Monasterio on first. Another slider and another swing and miss. Bradish is making him look foolish up there. That one was at 87 miles per hour, and quickly he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Narvaez is in trouble. He tries the slider again, but that one bounces in the dirt. Narvaez was able to hold up that time. Count moves to 1-2. Monasterio leads from first. And Bradish misses again with the slider. That's low and away. So after being ahead 0-2, he's run it back to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, 1 out. Count remains at 2-2. Bradish comes with the curve at 84, and Narvaez stays alive by fouling it away. Monasterio leads from first with 1 down. Swing and a miss. Bradish rings him up on the slider at 87 miles per hour. That's 2 out now. Big strikeout for Bradish. Monasterio still on first. Let's see if the Red Sox can keep the inning alive. Two outs now, and the top of the order comes back up with Anthony Seagley. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Bradish with a big chance to get out of the inning with the runner stranded. Monasterio takes his lead from first. The first pitch to Seagley is coming right up. Bradish drops in a beautiful curveball, 86 miles per hour, and Seagley fouls it back. That's a good pitcher's pitch to start the at-bat. Count is 0-1, 2 outs with Monasterio on first. Fastball this time from Bradish, coming in hot at 93 miles per hour, but it's high and away. That makes the count 1-1 on Seagley. 2 away, Monasterio at first. Nice curveball from Bradish. Got Seagley swinging over the top of it. That's strike 2. The count now 1-2 with 2 away. Red Sox need to make something happen with Monasterio on first. Pausing the action here, Seagley steps out and calls for time, so Bradish will have to wait. We've got 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter, 2 outs, and Monasterio leads from first. Bradish gets back to the curveball. Seagley grounds it to Holliday at second. Holliday scoops and fires to Alonso, and the side is retired. They strand one on the Monasterio single. After 5 complete innings, it's Orioles 4, Red Sox 1. Welcome back to historic Fenway Park. Top of the sixth inning coming up. The Baltimore Orioles hold a 4-1 lead over the hometown Red Sox. Brian Bello steps onto the mound for Boston, and he'll be facing Chadwick Tromp, the Orioles catcher, to start things off. No score in this half inning so far. Let's see what happens. Bello toes the rubber, winds up, and the first pitch to Tromp is a fastball, 96 miles per hour, fouled off. Strike one. Bello looks in for the sign. Here's the 1-1. Cutter outside. Tromp lays off. 1-1. Tromp gets a sinker and hits it on the ground to shortstop. Monasterio makes the play cleanly, fires to Contreras at first, and that's one out. Tromp grounds out 6-3. Taylor Ward enters the box now with one away. He's 1 for 2 on the night with a single and was hit by a pitch. Bases are empty for the righty. Bello misses outside with a sinker to start Ward. Ball 1. 96 on the gun, but just a bit low and away. Next pitch is a cutter, also outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Ward. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and Ward fouls that one back. Sinker at 96 miles per hour. Count is now 2-1. Ward hits this one sharply, but right at third baseman Caleb Durbin. Durbin scoops it up, throws across to Contreras at first, and that's 2 quick outs for Bello in the 6th. Now stepping in is the big first baseman Pete Alonso. Alonso doubled earlier in the game and is 1 for 3. With 2 away and nobody on here in the top of the 6th, Bello is looking for a quick inning. Alonso has 21 homers on the year and can definitely do some damage if Bello makes a mistake. Bello starts Alonso with a cutter at 87 miles per hour, and Alonso fouls it off. Strike 1. He's quickly down 0-2, fouling off a changeup. Bello has Alonso on the ropes with 2 outs. Let's see what he finishes him with. Bello with the 0-2 pitch. Another changeup, and Alonso fights it off. Fouled away again. Count holds steady at 0-2. Bello trying to put him away. Alonso battling hard to prolong the at-bat. Bello tried to expand the zone with that cutter, but Alonso lays off. Nice eye from the big right-hander. 1-1, 2 strikes the count. Another changeup there, but that one misses low. Alonso has fought this back to even. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Bello thought he had him at 0-2, but Alonso is making him work. My goodness, Pete Alonso has worked the count full. He was down 0-2 and has fought all the way back. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff pitch coming up from Bello. This is a crucial point in the inning. Bello delivers the full count pitch, a sinker at 95.5 miles per hour. Alonso gets onto it, but it's on the ground to short. Monasterio has it, fires to Contreras, and that will do it. Alonso grounds out 6-3 to end a long 7-pitch battle. No runs across for the Orioles in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, Baltimore 4, Boston 1. Welcome back to Fenway. We're in the bottom of the 6th, with the Orioles holding a 4-1 lead. Leading things off for the Red Sox will be Ceddanne Rafaela. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Kyle Bradish is on the mound for Baltimore, ready to face him. First pitch coming up. Bradish delivers the first pitch, and it's a slider down low, ball 1. Count starts 1-0. Rafaela takes the next pitch, another slider, and hits a high fly ball to right. Dylan Beavers is on the move, but he camps under it to make the catch. 1 away. So that's 1 out with the bases empty. Next up for the Sox is Wilyer Abreu. It's been a tough afternoon for him. He's gone down looking on strikes twice. Let's see if he can make an adjustment here against Bradish. Bradish delivers the at-bat with a 4-seamer at 91 miles an hour, and Abreu fouls it back. Strikes the first call. Count is 0-1. Bradish comes back with a curveball, but it's too far outside. The count evened up at 1-1. He throws another curve, but Abreu gets a piece of it for a foul. Now the pitcher's ahead, 1-2. Bradish tries a sinker up and in, misses low. The count goes to 2-2. Let's see what he crows next. Bradish misses with the slider, way up and in. That brings the count full to Abreu. It's been a real battle, from 0-2 to now 3-2. Abreu stays alive. He spoils a slider down and away, fouling it back. We'll do it again at 3-2. Bradish finally gets him. On the seventh pitch of the at-bat, a curveball, Abreu lifts a fly ball toward left. Taylor Ward is there and squeezes it for the second out. A long battle, but Bradish gets the win in that encounter. Two down now, and that brings up the Red Sox cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. He's 1 for 2 with a double today. Bradish is just cruising through this inning and looks like he wants to close it out quickly. Here's the first pitch to Contreras. Inside pitch gets Contreras. That sinker tailed right into him, so Contreras trots down to first with 2 outs, keeping the inning alive. Here comes Masataka Yoshida. So with 2 outs and Contreras on first, Masataka Yoshida comes up. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Red Sox trailing 4-1, trying to start a 2-out rally here. Bradish looking to escape the inning. Bradish opens with a sinker, and Yoshida hits it right along the ground to second. Jackson Holliday fields it cleanly, tosses it to Pete Alonso covering at first, and that will retire the side. Red Sox get a runner on, but they're still down 4-1 as we head to the 7th. Top of the 7th, and we have a pitching change here at Fenway. Giovanni Moran replaces Brian Bello on the mound for the Red Sox. The score remains 4-1 Baltimore as Gunnar Henderson prepares to lead things off for the Orioles. Giovanni Moran makes his first appearance out of the bullpen. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is a sinker that misses low, clocked at 93 miles per hour. 1 ball, no strikes to start the inning. Moran's second pitch to Henderson is another sinker, this one at 91.6 miles per hour. Henderson swings and fouls it off. The count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Moran delivers the 1-1 pitch, a changeup, and Henderson lashes it. That's a sharp line drive, smoke to center. Rafaela going back, looking up. It's over his head and rolls to the wall. Henderson is flying around second, and he is going for 3. The relay throw, not in time. It's a leadoff triple for Gunnar Henderson. What a start to the 7th for the Orioles. They have a runner just 90 feet away. So, with the runner on third and nobody out, that brings up Colton Cowser. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup here against Moran. Cowser tries to get it done himself. He attempts to lay down a bunt on the first pitch at 92.9 mile per hour sinker, but it goes foul. That's 1 strike on the attempt. Moran paints the corner with a 93.7 mile per hour sinker for a called strike 2. Cowser quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole with Henderson still at third base. Moran brings the heat, a 94.2 mile per hour four-seamer. Cowser chases and fouls it away, staying alive. The count is still 0-2. Another foul tip and the count stays at 0-2. Moran tried to put him away with an 80 mile per hour sweeper, but Cowser hangs in there, still battling with 2 strikes. Here's the 5th pitch of the at-bat, and Moran misses low and inside with that 94 mile per hour sinker. Good discipline from Cowser to hold up there. That's the first ball of the at-bat, making the count 1-2. Moran tries to get him to chase again, this time with an 83.2 mile per hour changeup, but it's ball 2. Cowser has worked the count back even after being down 0-2. He's battling. Unbelievable turn of events. After falling behind 0-2, Cowser has laid off 3 straight pitches, including that sweeper at 80.7 miles per hour to bring the count full at 3-2. No outs, runner on third, and now a critical payoff pitch coming from Moran. Oh, and he uncorks one. Moran throws a wild pitch, and here comes Henderson from third. He slides in safely, and the Orioles extend their lead. That makes it 5-1 Baltimore, still with nobody out on the wild pitch. And after pitching 7 produced a run, Moran loses him. Sinker low, and that's ball 4. Colton Cowser completes the sensational comeback from 0-2, drawing the walk. So the Orioles have increased their lead to 5-1 and have another runner on, still with nobody out here in the 7th. And that brings up Christian Encarnacion Strand, who is looking for his first hit of the day after striking out twice and lining out. A runner stands at first with nobody out, and the Orioles leading 5-1. Encarnacion Strand lays it down. It's a bunt fielded by the catcher, Narvaez, and the throw is in time to Contreras at first for the first out of the inning. A successful sacrifice as Colton Cowser moves up to second in scoring position. One out now, and that brings up Dylan Beavers. He's 2 for 4 on the day with a pair of singles. Cowser is at second, and the Orioles lead 5-1. Moran on the mound, 1 out with Cowser at second. First pitch to Dylan Beavers, and that's a sinker right on the inside corner, called strike 1. Clocked at 92.3 miles per hour. Beavers didn't move on that one. And here's the second pitch of the at-bat. Moran throws a sweeper that breaks wide of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Still 1 out on the top of the 7th. Moran gets back in the strike zone with a sinker, clocking at 92.7 miles per hour. Called strike 2. Beavers stands frozen on that one and now finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Moran steps off the rubber for a moment. Just checking the runner, Cowser at second. The count stays 1-2, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Moran delivers the 4th pitch of the at-bat, an 83.7-mile-per-hour changeup that's called a ball. That evens the count at 2-2 with Colton Cowser leading off second. Moran brings the sinker at 93.1 miles per hour, and Beavers hits a grounder to the right side. Contreras at first fields it cleanly, tosses to Moran, covering the bag for the second out. On the play, Cowser moves up to third. 2 down now for the Orioles, and they've got a runner just 90 feet away. Two outs now, and here comes Jonathan Rodriguez. He's had a nice day at the dish already with a couple of hits, including a double. Colton Cowser representing another run 90 feet away, and Moran is trying to get out of the inning without further damage. Start of the at-bat for Rodriguez. Moran starts him off with a changeup that misses low, clocked at 81.4 miles per hour. 1 ball, no strikes to the right-hander. Another pitch in the dirt. Moran misses low and away with the changeup. Rodriguez has gotten ahead in the count 2-0, and Cowser still perched on third base. Pressure mounting on Giovanni Moran on the mound. He falls behind 3-0 to Rodriguez, missing with an 85.8 mile per hour cutter high and away. He absolutely has to come back with a strike here, while Rodriguez is likely looking for something perfect to drive. Moran gets one back. He pumps in a 92.7-mile-per-hour fastball that paints the corner for a called strike. Rodriguez retains the advantage, but the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 away with Cowser on third. Moran with the changeup at 83.1 miles per hour, and Rodriguez swings and misses. He pulls the string, and now the count is full at 3-2. Payoff pitch incoming with Cowser holding at third. Hold on, time called at the plate. Rodriguez steps out, just disrupting the rhythm before this big full count 2-out pitch. Moran waiting on the mound, Cowser itching at third. Moran with the payoff pitch. It's a changeup, and Rodriguez swings right through it. Strike 3. Moran comes all the way back from 3-0 to strike him out, retiring the side and stranding Cowser at third. The Orioles push across 1 in the inning, though, and as we go to the 7th inning stretch, the score is Baltimore 5, Boston 1. All right, folks, there's a call to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th. Yenier Cano is going to take over on the mound for the Orioles, replacing Kyle Bradish. Baltimore leading 5-1, nobody out, Caleb Durbin at the plate. Cano starts him off with a fastball, 95 miles per hour, and Durbin cuts it foul. Strike 1. Cano throws a sinker for a ball, then right back to it again. Durbin grounds this one sharply to short. Henderson fields it cleanly, fires across to Alonso at first to retire the side. That's 2 quickly down now in the 7th. Now up for Boston, it's Jarren Duran. He's 0 for 2 so far with a line out and a ground out. 1 out, bases empty. Cano starts Duran off with a splitter, 90.6, missing high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And this next splitter right over the plate for a called strike. That evens the count up to 1-1. Cano came back with a hard sinker, 95 miles per hour, and Duran fouls it away to fall behind in the count, 1-2. Time being called here. Looks like Duran wanted a moment to step out of the box. We're held up with a 1-2 count, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Cano follows up with another splitter, this one at 91, missing off the outside corner, so the count is now even at 2-2. Duran hits this one hard, but right at Pete Alonso at first. Alonso fields it cleanly and tosses to Cano, who's covering first, and that's 2 down now in the inning. Orioles take this lead 5-1 into the 8th. Two outs now, and batting 8th for the Red Sox, it's Andrew Monasterio. He's been a bright spot for Boston, with 2 singles so far in this one. Base is empty. Cano fires a 95-mile-per-hour sinker to start the at-bat, but it's called a ball low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Monasterio. Monasterio on the next pitch, ground ball down to third. Encarnacion Strand scoops it up, throws to Alonso at first, and that settles the side. Inning over. Red Sox go quietly in the 7th. Baltimore leads 5-1. Welcome back, folks. We have a change on the mound for the Red Sox. Ryan Watson is coming into the game, replacing Jovany Moran. We're in the top of the 8th, no outs, and the Orioles are holding on to a 5-1 lead. Batter up will be Jackson Holliday. Watson starts Holliday with an 89-mile-per-hour cutter, and he fouls it off. The count is now 0-1. Watson gets ahead 0-1. He comes back with a sweeper for a called strike. Holliday falls behind 0-2. Now a timeout from the hitter. He wants a moment. Ready for the pitch, 0-2 count. Line drive down the right field line. That's a base hit for Holliday. He's singled to right. Hard hit ball over 102 miles an hour. Runner on first for Baltimore. Still no outs. Up next is Chadwick Tromp, the catcher. He's hitless in 3 trips to the plate so far. He's looking to keep this potential rally going here in the 8th with Holliday on first with nobody out. Watson starts Tromp with a sinker, low and away for ball 1. On the next pitch, an 89-mile-an-hour cutter, Tromp lofts one high in the air to right field. Wilyer Abreu makes the play, and that's 1 down. Holliday holds at first. 1 on, 1 out. We're back in the top of the 8th, 1 out and a runner on first. Ryan Watson is still on the mound for the Red Sox. Here comes Taylor Ward, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a single and was hit by a pitch. He'll be batting with Jackson Holliday leading off first base. Watson deals the first pitch to Ward, and it's a cutter placed nicely for a called strike 1. Count is 0-1 to start this at-bat. Watson misses with the cutter outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. Watson gets Ward swinging on an 89-mile-per-hour cutter. The count is now 1-2. Ward lifts a fly ball toward left. Jarren Duran drifts back, settling under it, and makes the catch for the out. 2 down now in the inning, and Jackson Holliday retreats back to first base. Two outs now in the 8th. Ryan Watson has done a nice job coming in and getting 2 quick outs. Now up steps Pete Alonso, who doubled earlier. Jackson Holliday is still on first for the O's. Watson fires in an 89-mile-per-hour cutter, and Alonso fouls it away to start the at-bat. Count is quickly 0-1. Another called strike. Watson gets Alonso looking on a 94-mile-per-hour sinker. Big pitch there to push the count to 0-2. Orioles are down to their last strike of the inning. Buries a sinker in the dirt at 95 miles an hour. Alonso watches it go, and it's a good block by Narvaez behind the dish. The count moves to 1-2. The runner takes off from first. Alonso fouls it off, though, so Holliday will have to return. The count remains 1-2. Ground ball hit to shortstop. Monasterio handles it smoothly, lasers a throw to Contreras at first, and that's the out. Watson comes in and gets the job done, ending the inning for the Red Sox. Score remains Orioles 5, Red Sox 1. Hello, baseball fans. We're here at Fenway Park, and there's a change on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. Andrew Kittredge is coming on to replace Yennier Cano here in the bottom of the eighth. The Orioles lead this one 5-1, and the batter will be Carlos Narvaez with nobody on and no outs. And we have a move from the Boston dugout now. Looks like Jahmai Jones is going to pinch hit for Carlos Narvaez. So Jones coming in cold off the bench to face the new pitcher, Kittredge. Kittredge gets things started with a sinker at 94, and Jones fouls it back. The count is 0-1. And Kittredge gets the strikeout, blows a slider by him, that last one blocked by the catcher. So Jones strikes out swinging, and there's one away in the eighth. Anthony Siegler stands in, and on the very first pitch from Kittredge, he lines a sinker right into center field. That's a base hit. Cowser fields it, but Siegler is on with a single. Red Sox have a runner aboard with one out. Now batting for the Red Sox, the center fielder, Ceddanne Rafaela. He's got Siegler over on first base with one out. Red Sox are looking to put something together here, trailing by 4. First pitch to Rafaela is a hard sinker at 94, and he watches it go for a foul ball. So that's 0-1 to begin the at-bat. Kittredge coming back with a sharp slider at 88. Rafaela swings over the top of it, and the catcher blocks it nicely. Count now quickly 0-2. Still 0-2 now. Kittredge gets the swing and miss, but the slider bounces away from the catcher, allowing Rafaela to stay alive. Seigler holds on at first. Kittredge misses with the sinker, high and outside, and there's a ball. During the sequence, Seigler was able to advance to second base, so now the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position. The count is 1-2. Oh, and a mistake on the bases cost the Orioles a base. Looks like that was a passed ball by Trump, and Seigler advanced to second. Now a runner in scoring position for Boston with the same count, 1-2. Rafaela hits a fly ball to center field. Colton Cowser tracks it down, makes the catch for the second out. Seigler holds steady over at second base. And up next for Boston is Wheeler Abreu. 2 outs now, but the Red Sox still have that runner on second, Seigler. They really need a hit here to push across another run. Kittredge starts Abreu with a sinker, but it's way inside and high, ball 1. Red Sox have Seigler on second with 2 out as they try to claw back into this one. Abreu lifts a fly ball to center field. Cowser is there, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Red Sox leave 1 no-run score. After 8 complete, it's Baltimore 5, Boston 1. We'll head to the 9th shortly. Well, folks, we're in the top of the 9th, and Boston's bringing in a new pitcher. Alec Gamboa comes in to face Gunnar Henderson, replacing Ryan Watson. We also saw a defensive swap. Connor Wong behind the plate now, replacing Jahmai Jones. Top of the 9th, 5-1 Orioles. And Henderson grounds out to second to start the inning. Gamboa gets him on the first pitch. Siegler to Contreras for the 1-4-3 putout. 1 out here in the ninth. Now batting Colton Cowser. He's walked twice today. Base is empty, 1 out. Gamboa looking for quick outs. Gamboa starts Cowser off with a sinker for a called strike, 94.2 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike. He tries the slider that time, but it stays outside. Ball 1. That evens the count at 1-1. Gamboa with the slider catches Cowser swinging, 89.4 miles per hour. That brings the count to 1-2. And Cowser's going to call time, stepping out. A little breather here, trying to regroup after that swinging strike, and maybe disrupt the pitcher's rhythm. 1-2 count, 1 out. Cowser digs back in, and he fouls off a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, battling to stay alive in this at-bat. Count holds at 1-2. Still 1-2. Cowser fouls off the slider again. Tough at bat for the rookie, hanging in there. Another foul tip. Cowser spoiling pitches. That was a 91-mile-per-hour slider. He's making Gamboa work. Still 1-2. Still 1-2. Cowser keeps fouling him off. That one a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Great battle here. Finally, a take from Cowser. He watches a curveball go by for ball 2. He's battled back from down 1-2. Count now even at 2. And Gamboa gets him. Cowser swings over the top of a sinker to end the 9-pitch at-bat. That's 2 out in the 9th, and Gamboa's just 1 away from finishing this half inning. All right, with 2 down now, Christian Encarnacion Strand steps up to the plate. He's had a tough day, hitless in 3 at-bats with a sacrifice bunt. Empty bases, and Gamboa is just 1 out away from getting the Red Sox back up to bat, down by 4. Gamboa pumps in a fastball and Encarnacion Strand swings right through it. Blew it past him at 97 miles per hour. That's strike one. Gamboa misses with a slider, trying to get him to chase. Speed 91.9 miles per hour. That evens things up at 1-1. Encarnacion Strand gets a piece of a 97-mile-per-hour fastball, fouling it straight back. The count moves to 1-2, as Gamboa is just one strike away from ending the top of the ninth. Wait a moment, looks like Christian Encarnacion Strand stepping out of the box, calling time, trying to break up Gamboa's rhythm and gather himself here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Action paused briefly. And that's it. Encarnacion Strand pops it up to second. Siegler makes the grab and the Orioles are retired in order. Mid-ninth coming up, Baltimore leading 5-1. Top of the ninth complete, and we've got a change on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. Tyler Wells comes in to try and close this one out, taking the place of Andrew Kittredge. Wilson Contreras is due up for Boston. Wells fires in a first pitch slider. That's a called strike to Contreras. But wait, the Orioles are challenging. Looks like they thought it was ball one, but after review, the call stands. Actually, it's been overturned. The original call of ball is changed to a strike, so the count is now 0-1. Wells brings the fastball 93.6 miles per hour, and Contreras swings right through it. Quickly, he's down 0-2. Oops! Pitch number 3 gets away from Wells, and it plunked Contreras. He'll take first base. Red Sox have a base runner with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. So Masataka Yoshida comes to the plate with that runner on first and nobody out. Pitcher Wells starts him off with a changeup, but it's outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Contreras leads off a first, and Yoshida lifts one high into center field. Colton Cowser is drifting under it, and he makes the catch for the first out. 1 out now in the ninth. One down, runner on first for Caleb Durbin. Red Sox looking for any last spark here at Fenway. Wells starts him off with a fastball at 93.5 miles per hour. Strike 1 to Durbin. Durbin swings through it, 0-1. Durbin pops up the slider, pitch number 2, and it's handled by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop. That's the second out of the inning, and the Red Sox are down to their last out. So it all comes down to Jarren Duran. 2 outs, runner on first. Red Sox trailing 5-1. Tyler Wells is looking to seal the deal for Baltimore. Duran pops up the first pitch fastball. Jackson Holliday calls for it at second base, and he makes the catch. That's the ball game. The Baltimore Orioles come into Fenway and take the win, 5-1. A stunning start to this game at Fenway. The Baltimore Orioles came out storming, putting 4 runs on the board in the first inning, off a big 2 RBI single from Dylan Beavers and an RBI double by Jonathan Rodriguez. The Red Sox tried to battle back, and Japan's Masataka Yoshida delivered an RBI single in the 4th, but the Baltimore pitching staff was too strong. They added 1 more run in the 7th, and Tyler Wells closed out the 9th, securing a decisive 5-1 victory for the Orioles.